You're a coach and you are right now stuck in your business because you have a broken belief just going around in circles in your mind. And you're stuck, and your clients are also stuck because you're thinking, what if I can't get my clients the results that I'm promising them? Right. And so, because of this doubt, because of this thought, it's leading to feelings of doubt. And from those feelings of doubt, it's now spiraling into your activities, right? And so oops, my alarm. So, because of this feeling of doubt, you're now procrastinating, you're doubting, you're second guessing your voice, second guessing your messaging, tweaking your offer 100 times, redoing your sales page, right? Like you're not launching, you're not pitching, and it's all of because of this one broken belief. In this series, in this live series, Break This Belief, I'm going to be breaking down this broken belief so that we can finally get to the roots of what is causing you to have this belief, right? And how to actually uproot it and tend it with the truth of God so that your clients can actually get these results, right? Because when you really break it down and you think of this, it's because you're thinking, what if my clients don't get results, right? You're thinking more so on your own insecurities. You're thinking on your own abilities, right? And not taking taking into considerations that your clients are capable of, doing what it is that you're instructing them to do, right? As long as you have a framework, as long as you know that you have an offer that actually does deliver results, you should not be so paranoid and so afraid that your clients won't see results, right? Because when you're calling in the right clients, and I speak to my clients about this inside of my coaching program, because it's a difference between calling in blah clients and calling in your best clients. When you're speaking to clients who are blah, they are blocked, they are lazy, they are aimless, and they are hesitant. However, if you're speaking to your best clients, you're speaking to clients who are brilliant. You're calling in men or women, whoever you're called to serve, who are brilliant. They are energetically aligned with you. They are self-sufficient and they are trustworthy. You can trust them to know that they are going to hold up their end of the bargain, right? But when you think this thought here, like I said, it's going to lead to feelings of doubt or fear. It's going to lead to procrastination. It's going to lead to you scrolling, comparison, and leading to you delaying your launch because of overthinking. And what it is too is you're thinking about yourself, right? You're thinking about yourself because you're thinking about your own doubts. And you need to be actually focusing that energy on what if my clients don't get results, to how amazing is it going to be when they see the results, when they see the transformation that they're actually paying me for, and focusing your energy there. Because the more you focus on this negative belief or this broken belief is what's going to actually cause this belief to actually manifest, right? And so, for those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Janelle Renee. I am a life and business mindset coach, and I help moms, entrepreneurial moms, to really grow their coaching business, to start and grow their coaching businesses so that they can create that life of freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment in their lives. I do this by really helping them to uproot broken beliefs, because your business will only grow as far as your belief system and as far as your body's safety. All right. And so we do this with biblical principles inside of my Business by Belief Accelerator. And so that is a little bit about who I am. So let's go ahead and jump into the root system to break down this broken belief of what if my clients don't get results, right? We're going to get to the root of this tonight. And so the R in the root system is reveal the root of the symptoms. So as I shared before, the symptoms are showing up in you doom scrolling, right? And you procrastinating. You're not showing up to do the work. You're not pitching to anyone. You're not reaching out to anyone. You're not reaching out in the DMs. You're not making the content when you should be creating content. You're consuming it. When you should be launching, you're delaying. When you should be front and center, like going live to connect with your audience, to actually get people to understand or to know what it is that you do to make yourself findable, you're hiding, right? You're hiding behind maybe tweaking your website again or tweaking your offer again because you're full of doubts, right? And so these are the symptoms and the roots, right? So we want to get to the root, reveal the root of the symptom. So this is what's showing up for you. But what you really do want to do is get to the roots of what the symptom is. Hey, oh my girl. Hey, Coach Paula. How are you, Queen? I'm so excited. So excited to have you. So you want to get to the root of the symptoms. So those are the symptoms. That's how it comes up. But the root of it is actually a fear of failure or a fear of the pressures of responsibility. You're thinking, oh my gosh, you have such a heavy pressure and a heavy load of responsibility, and you're afraid. You're afraid of messing up. You're afraid of dropping the ball. But you have to trust in your enoughness. You have to trust in the Holy Spirit that's dwelling inside of you, right? And knowing that it's not just you, but you are the vessel and that your clients will see the results that you're promising because not only are they going to hold up their end of the bargain, but also you're going to hold up your end of the bargain. And together with Holy Spirit in the mix as a three-strand cord, it's going to work out, right? And so you don't have to be afraid of more responsibility because God has equipped you. God has equipped you. Hey, Queen. Okay, so that is revealing the root. Okay, revealing the root of the symptom. The root is a fear of responsibility, a fear of failure, and just the pressures of responsibility and the fear of disappointment, right? Disappointing your clients or disappointing yourself. And so we're going to move on to the O. So that's the R. The first O in the root system is to observe the origin of the seed. And so when you actually uproot, right, you reveal the root of the symptom, right? I love this analogy because you can actually picture it like you're rooting up that weed, that broken belief. And the O is to observe the origin of the seed. And so you have to probably like just go back maybe sometime in your childhood, find the earliest memory if you can. I mean, where did you first feel this feeling of disappointment or this fear of responsibility, right? Maybe you, as a young child, maybe you were shamed for making a mistake. And because you were shamed for making a mistake, now you're so paranoid. You're like a perfectionist. You're like, oh my gosh, I got to get it right, right? And so because you're such a perfectionist, it causes you to procrastinate and delay and to not actually do the things you know you're called to do because you're overthinking everything. And it's because it might have started the origin of the seed. It's probably someone when you were much younger, probably shamed you for making a mistake. Or maybe you were teased growing up. Maybe you were bullied growing up. And so now you're afraid of the feeling of embarrassment if you drop the ball, right? And so get to the root and get to the root of where this came from. Why are you feeling so afraid of shame or embarrassment, right? And just really heal that portion of yourself as well. You got to be compassionate with yourself. You have to be compassionate with yourself. All right. And not doubt and think that you're not equipped enough because you are. You have more than enough. God has equipped you with more than enough. He's equipped you with everything you would ever need. All right. And so the second O in the root system is to overturn the somatic soil of sabotage. And so somatic is your body, it's your nervous system, okay? And so you somewhere along the line, like we said, maybe when we get to the root, the origin of the seed, you're gonna discover like, okay, when I was a child, I was shamed because I made a mistake, you know? I dropped the ball and I was embarrassed. And so now every time you want to show up for your audience, when you want to show up for your business, you're having these feelings of anxiety, you're having these feelings of fear because you're so fearful of actually making a mistake again and having the feeling that you felt of shame and embarrassment resurface. So now your nervous system is trying to protect you from that feeling of embarrassment. It doesn't want to go there anymore. So it's doing everything in its power to stop you. So this is why you procrastinate. This is why you find yourself scrolling instead of showing up and speaking out. You're like scrolling and consuming content instead of actually showing up to create it, right? Or you're second guessing everything that you want to put out because you're like, oh, I don't want to mess up, or I don't want to attract these people and then I can't deliver on the promise, right? Because this is the broken belief we're talking about here. What if my clients don't get results? And so now this is the thing that's cycling all into your mind. And because of it, you're showing up from a broken belief, right? And so you have to do the work here. So I have a step inside of this step, and it's called the safe protocol. And so the safe protocol is another acronym. And so the S in safe is to do a somatic scan. Like, what are you feeling right now? Really check in with your body and check and just really feel the feels, right? Like, what are you feeling? Identify it, put a name on it. What is it, right? Is it fear, right? Is it doubt? Like, what are you feeling? And you want, in this step as well, you want to really analyze like which part of the automatic nervous system response are you actually in the middle of, right? You're in survival mode at this point, and so you want to make sure that you're not making decisions from survival mode, and you want to be making Holy Spirit inspired, strategy led decisions. And so if when you're in this, when to do the safe protocol, ask yourself, okay, what response am I in right now? Is it a fight response? Is it a freeze response? Is it a flight response, or is it like a fawn response? So you want to really be able to identify, put a finger on it, put a name on exactly what you're feeling and what type of response you're coming out with. What response is that? And then the A in the safe protocol is to anchor in safety, anchor your body in safety. And so you want to do some exercises, some breath work to really regulate your nervous system, start to feel grounded and start to feel safe. You can do some touches, you can hug yourself to release oxycodone, which is the love hormone. Do something, maybe you can create a dopamine list to really do something that's going to release dopamine as well. My girl, Britt, how are you? How are you, Queen? I have not seen you here in so long. Miss you. I hope all is well. Self-sabotage. I do it often. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. It's very common. It's very common and it's very subtle. It's subtle how it comes in. And so you got to be onto it. You got to be onto your body when it's doing that. Yes, for sure. Yeah. Do a dopamine list. I'm telling you. And it's gonna help you. Like whatever, like you can just put a list of things that really uh, makes you happy, right? If it's putting makeup on, if it's just getting dressed, if it's like whatever it is, but like something quick. Maybe it's lighting a candle, maybe it's just doing a skincare routine. But I mean, that's something that you can do like to start your day or whatever, like in the middle of your day. But in the moment, like say for instance, you're right about to go live or just about to shoot content and you feel like you're not regulated. You feel your nervous system just spiraling out of control. To really regulate your nervous system, it just takes like breath work or even like singing, worshiping, humming that activates the vagus nerve, right? Which allows you to now shift into your calm state. And so there are many different techniques and strategies that you can do. There's a lot of other stuff like EFT tapping. I personally don't do that. I've never really had to do that. But there's so many other ones that you can do. And so that is the A in the safe protocol. And then the F is to focus on your identity. Who are you? Who did God call you to be? He's called you to be a boss. He's called you to be an entrepreneur. He's called you to be a business owner. He's called you to be a speaker, a leader, right? And so you have to focus your attention on your identity. Who has God called you, right? And then also in the same breath, focus not only on your identity, but also focus on your intention. Why are you showing up? Why are you creating this content? Why are you building this business? Focus on your intention. Focus back, put the focus back on your why. Take it off of you and put it on your why. Why are you doing this? Who are you called to serve? There's I often say, like, there's three people, my who, right? When I don't focus on the how, I focus on the who. And so my three who's are, who am I glorifying, right? When I show up, I am called, according to Matthew 5 and 16, to shine so brightly that people see me and see my gifts and glorify my Father in heaven. That's what we do as believers. And so people should look at us and see the glory of God, right? You should shine so bright. And so when you are showing up to give honor to God as his vessel. When you're showing up, you're not focusing on yourself, you're focusing on your who. Who is God? Who is the second who is the people you're called to serve? Focus your attention on them, right? And then lastly is focus on who it is that you're becoming. Focus on who it is that you're becoming. And so yeah, so that's the F. Focus on your identity, focus on your intention. And then the E finally is to now go out and embody that identity. And you can do this you can do it intermittently as well so that it doesn't shock your nervous system. But you can do baby steps, right? You can habit stack. Maybe, after you eat breakfast in the morning, you can just go on your stories and shoot a quick story, right? Or like whatever it takes for you to actually show up and be visible for your business. These are the things that you want to like step into and start to embody, right? And so that is a framework inside of this framework, but we're going to move on. So then finally, the T in the root system is to tend the seed of the truth. And so instead of you believing this broken belief, what if my clients don't get results? Instead, you can focus on Philippians 2 and 13. Actually, let me pull it up here. I want to read it verbatim. It's one of my favorite scriptures, but I want to read it verbatim. So it says, this is the TLV version. Let me switch the version. Let's see. I'll just do NIV. For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose. And so I don't want you to think like, that all the weight is on you, but it's God. It's God who works in you. Philippians 2 and 13. It is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose. And so when you are the conduit between God and his people, and your business is in between God and his people, you are just the conduit, right? So God is working in you so that you can bless his people through your business, through your coaching, through your framework. God is using you as his vessel. And so Philippians 2 and 13, tend the seed of truth, focus on the truth of God. So we're no longer going to accept this belief of what if my clients don't get results? No, it's not me. Like, I'm just a vessel. God is using me. God is working through me, right? God is working through me. And so that is the focus you need to be focusing on. All right. And so that is the root system, right? To get to this broken belief here, get to the root of this broken belief. And so I pray that this has been a blessing to you. If you want to learn more about how I can better serve you, go ahead and just comment coach. And I'm going to send you the link to my upcoming workshop, Call to Coach workshop. If you know God is calling you to coaching, but you don't know where to start, or maybe you're having broken beliefs and you don't know how to get to the root of them on your own. Maybe you got to show up for your business. You got to get visible. You got to speak to the people God has called you to speak to and to serve, but you're having self-sabotaging behaviors and you don't know how to actually build your business while healing your nervous system and uncovering the subconscious belief blocks that are hindering you. They're very sneaky. They're very sneaky how they come in. And so you'll learn more about that inside of my Call to Coach workshop. And so any questions at all, let me know if there's any questions before I jump out of here. Super awesome to serve you, ladies. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here if there are no questions. And we're actually, so this is belief number 9. I believe I'm going to go to belief number 10, and then I'll possibly start a new series. Or if God calls me to continue, then I'll just continue. But I think we're going to stop at 10 so far. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Coach Paula. I appreciate you. I so appreciate you, Queen, for hanging out with me. Beautiful pick, by the way. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, Britt. It was so cool seeing you, Britt. I haven't seen you in so long because I haven't been going live daily anymore. I've been doing weekly. Stop at 12. 12. Got you. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here. Such an honor, such a privilege to show up and to serve. Love you, ladies, and I'll see you guys in the next one.